If you missed part 1 of our dining room to office conversion, go back and watch it now. And if you did watch it, drop me a comment below to let me know what you thought. Today, you get to join us on a journey of this door insert. This is part 2 of the office conversion because we need a door right there to keep the kids out, to let me cook in the kitchen when Thad is working. And so to turn this into an office, we need a door there. Now, I make really good drawings, as you can see from exhibit on the left. And as inexperienced as we are with any type of door fitting, I do know that it has to fit in the frame. So you need to buy something smaller than your frame. On the door, it actually tells you what your rough opening should be. Once you get your door home, what we did was we measured the trim around the door and measured approximately that far in to know where we needed to get the chair rail and baseboard off. Now, if you're a professional, you probably have the right tools to do this. We were working with wood chisels and a Dremel that probably shouldn't have been against wood because it kept causing smoke, and I'm pretty sure it could have caused a fire. So don't use this tool. But somehow we didn't burn our house down or each other, and we were able to get these off. They did not look pretty, so I'm going to have to fix that with Bondo later. The other thing we did during this time was to take off the trim from one side of the door because you can't fit it in unless you get one side off. Now, it's held on by super deep staples, so get your pliers out. They're kind of hard to get out, but once you get them, you can repair any marks that you made in the door frame with some wood putty. Now, I'm going to give you a tip that's going to save you about 3 hours and having to take the door down and start over when you were almost done. Before you do any of what we're doing right now, you need to look at the side. Pre-hung doors come with staples along the side that hold the frame together in the store until you get it home. It showed nothing on the YouTube videos that we watched, and so I'm telling you, you need to take those staples out so that the frame is adjustable and can fit your jam width. Adjusting the door would have been so much easier had we not realized that we took only one side out and then we had to take the door completely out to get the other side. Once you have those out and you put the door in its frame, all you're going to do is you're not going to look at the levelness of your frame. You're going to look at the level on your level because your door frame needs to be level, not the frame that it's around, because your trim's going to cover up any unlevelness that you see there. And do not cut these wood shims until you are satisfied with the door. I cut them way too soon, and then we had to hold pliers in there when we had to redo them, so don't cut these until you're done. Houses are not level and things are not square all the time, and so you're gonna wanna focus on leveling of the door itself and worry about the trim fixing any other. So you see how the right side drops pretty much lower than the left, but our door was level. The top of the door was level. The sides of the door were level. So use that 4-foot level and see, you cover it up and you can't even tell. And those shims that you're putting in there, you're putting them in enough to where you are filling in that gap basically. You bought the door smaller than your frame, and so you're filling in that gap all the way around. You want to make them level. You want to make sure that your frame's not going to bow out, and you're going to put one huge screw in the middle of your plate brackets, and that's how we hung the door. So we put the screw in inside where they're supposed to go, and that goes into the stud. Now on the other side of the door, we did use screws as well instead of nail gun, because once you've nailed it in, it's really hard to get it out and readjust the door. And so we did sink some screws. We covered that up with wood putty as well, but we used those on the shims so that we could make sure that it's level all the way around. It's sturdy, it's screwed into the frame, so that door is not going anywhere. Now, one of your last steps is actually going to be to paint your door, and we're going to get to that later, but we just needed to get it hung and up for now. And then you're going to get out your caulking gun. And if you've never used a caulking gun, go YouTube how to use it. It's really easy. You just snip off the end, use it like a gun, you go down your trim side, and then you go down with your finger and a wet paper towel behind you, and you make sure that you press it into a seam and it becomes almost invisible. Now, how do you pronounce caulking? How do you say it? Type in the comments below, because I have been told that I am not saying it right. Now, I would not use your caulking to fill any of the nail holes or brackets or anything like that. You need to use wood putty. Caulking is only for seams like this, because when I'm going to paint over this, the caulking can be, now I feel like I can't say it at all. The caulking can be painted over, and so that wood putty is going to go where your nail holes go, over your trim, and it's going to fill any of the screw marks. So wood putty's for that, caulking is for seams. The trim pieces that the door came with are seriously so perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and stay tuned, you guys. I've got some special videos coming up that show the last bit of our office remodel.